All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this new and amazing episode of the Reality Kenya. Of course, we are live from the landed corner as usual, and our guest this morning is one of the fastest rising Kenyan politicians and one of the learned lawyers we have in the country right now, the Deputy Party Leader, Safina Party, Honorable Wakili Willis Otieno, Piki Ponki.
Pakamielo Disco.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
You're looking fresh, man.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's a new week.
Yes.
We must start the week with a lot of vigor.
Of course.
So that we see what the week has in store for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is 1 week, one year since Piki Ponki.
1 year since Piki
And we just came in and found Mimi.
You found Mimi? Yeah, I saw Mimi. Mimi sometimes come to visit me in the office and teach me new rhymes.
Yes. And so she has sung for us.
She has sung for us. Piki Ponki. Yes. That's where I get some of my inspiration. You know, these things that we do.
Yes.
We don't do it for ourselves. We do it for our children and their children.
Yeah, sure.
For future generation.
Yeah.
We've just borrowed this life from our children.
Yeah.
To use it for their benefit. They'll also borrow it from their children.
Yeah.
To use it for the benefit of those children.
Sure.
But the problem that we have today is that we have a leadership that has forgotten that basic concept.
Yeah.
A leadership that wants to lead and run government of the country in a way without taking into account the interests of future generations.
Yeah.
When you see policies that are meant to, their effect is to undermine the well-being of the individual, the well-being of the state, then it means this is a population that does not consider the future generations. I was just telling you last week about the issue of education.
Yes.
What has been done to our university students, those who are supposed to join university in September. Many students who qualify from poor backgrounds are not going to access education because they are not going to afford the cost of higher learning. So you are going to shatter those dreams. You are going to kill the hopes and aspirations of not just the individual student, but of communities who've invested in those students from their childhood to date. You are going to take away from our people what we call a competitive edge in the global economy. Because you are now making us not be able to acquire skill sets that can make us competitive in the global market. We are being told that you should just reduce yourself to pushing mkokoteni
and
wheelbarrow and then you go and cook chapati.
Yes.
Who cares about chapati in the modern world? I mean, the world is moving to greater things. You saw yesterday when the president of Indonesia came. You know, I'd seen something that the Ministry of Trade, a poster that they developed, that the president of Indonesia and the president of Kenya were going to launch Mama Pima, edible oil dispenser. My heart shattered. My heart shattered. That you can have Joko Widodo come to Kenya.
All the way from
Indonesia. And what we want to profile him for is launching a Mama Pima dispenser of cooking oil. Thankfully, I'm sure the Indonesians didn't agree to that madness. It was reduced to the minister himself to go and launch that joke. Because these are basics. A government cannot be sitting down to say, I'm going to launch
a cooking
oil. You know, they've made launching of Wi-Fi hotspots such a big thing that they think it's an important thing. No. I have Wi-Fi hotspots everywhere I live. I've never called the government to launch for me Wi-Fi.
Even you yourself.
Even me. I have a Wi-Fi here.
I've never called a press.
I've never called a press to announce that we've now launched Wi-Fi here. We now have Wi-Fi in my office, we have Wi-Fi in my house, we have Wi-Fi in my village. No. Because those are basics, like breathing.
True.
A government intervention should be something macro, something big, something that is impactful. So that when you're discussing, for example, edible oils, you can be talking about what you are going to do in terms of increasing productivity of edible oils. Are we going to invest in growing palm plants, then working with the private sector to come up with the processing plants for the edible oils? That is what you should be talking about, not talking about going to launch some mini kiosk, a pump, but to sell for people oil of 10 shillings. I mean, that is so micro that should not even capture the attention of a minister, even a PS. But we are where we are. You see the Mickey Mouse games, pata potea. The other time I told you about the oil G2G oil thing.
That was supposed to be...
That was supposed to bring down the price of the value of the shilling compared to the dollar.
Yes.
And I told you it was not going to work. It is due for payment in September.
And that was in June when you talked about it?
I talked about it in June.
Yes.
It is due for payment in September, next month.
Yes.
And yesterday we saw the Treasury CS say that the government of Kenya is going to pull back, step back from that project and allow the oil marketers to import the oil like they were doing before. First and foremost, what the CS should tell us, the intervention and its intended object failed, and they failed spectacularly. At the time of the launch of the G2G oil project, the Kenya shilling was exchanging at 130, 128, 130 Kenya shillings per US dollar. And President Ruto specifically told us that this will come down to 120 to 115. And he proceeded to thank 4 people whom he named: David Ndi, Davis Chirchir, P.S. Kipto, and the young man from EPRA. He named them in public as those who've done something that has never been done in the history of Kenya, which will have a significant impact on the lives of Kenyans. The price of the dollar to the shilling to the dollar was going to come down to 120 or even 150. As I talk to you today, the dollar is retailing at 150. And it's still increasing. Which means the intended objective of the G2G oil project has failed. So CS Treasury should start by telling us an apology. We are sorry. We ended on this project. We had hoped it was going to achieve this intended objective. It has failed. We are pulling back. Now, this is what we are going to do going forward. You see, this is what when I spoke in Supreme Court, picky, ponky. You just trial and error. Every day is trial and error. Let's try this, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this. But the unfortunate bit about all of this is, you're talking about people's lives. You are wasting people's years.
It is an experiment with people's lives.
People's lives. This experiment is too expensive for our country. It is too expensive for us. It's not an experiment that we should be participating in. Because when you sit at a policy level, the kind of decisions you make are life and death decisions. They have the ultimate effect of determining if someone is going to live or die. Someone is going to get a job or lose one. So you cannot take them casually. You should be measured in your decision. You should be measured in your pronouncements. Now we have reduced, in my view, to a situation where our years are being wasted. What our musician said, miaka zetu zinakulwa na nzige. Our productive years are being eaten by locusts.
Like now, the previous 1 year is gone.
It's gone. What do you have to show for it?
Nothing.
You'll never recover that 1 year. There's nothing you will do that you'll recover the 1 year that has gone. We've just become older than we were last year. We've become poorer. Now you are going into another new year. If they don't do something that will drastically change the economic outlook and fate of our people, it will be another 1 year gone. Lost years that cannot be recovered. That, unfortunately, is where we are. And that saddens me. We cannot afford experiments. Now we should be on a robust economic trajectory that comes up with tangible economic policies that have great impact on the lives of people. It's not a time to put a Rasputin to experiment with our lives. David Ndi, as I said before, is experimenting with our lives. His economic theories that he learned in high school is what he's playing around with here today. Let's do this today, tomorrow we do this. That is why the economy is becoming worse and worse by the day. The cost of living is immeasurable. People cannot afford. More and more of our people are dipping into the poverty lane. Right? Many people cannot afford 2 basic meals in a day. People cannot even earn 100 shillings in 1 day. How many? Many people. And that, to me, is the tragedy of our times. And the people of Kenya we need to solve such. Seriously. than decide whether we want to be slaves in this country to the political class.
Yeah.
Or we really want to have a genuine leadership that represents the needs and the interests of our people.
Yeah.
Because our political class has turned to be about themselves.
Yeah.
They are the ones who are becoming richer, they grow fatter by the day,
Yeah.
and nothing happens. When they rush the poor people of Kenya are becoming poorer, poorer by the day.
Yeah.
We're getting to a desperate state, almost losing hope to life.
Yeah.
But them, they seem to be enjoying these games every day.
True.
Right? That to me is one thing we need to relook.
Yeah.
And that is what I believe our campaign will be, asking Kenyans to consider.
Yeah.
And they'll have an opportunity to make their choice. If you want to continue with this nonsense, the choice is clear.
Yeah.
If you want a new trajectory, then also the choice is clear.
Yeah.
And I believe majority of Kenyans are not going to allow themselves to be captured,
of course,
by this tribal cabral that has annihilated this country in the last 60 years.
Yeah. And Wakili, when you say that right now, last week when you were on the show, you said that the past 1 year that Kenyans say they have suffered is just, like something like a curtain raiser to what's about to come. And when your party leader was on media, I think the other day, he said that if Kenyans are not careful, the next 4 years with Kenya Kwanza government might be worse than the last almost 15 years that they have been in Kenya. Yet the Kenya Kwanza government, on their side, they are saying that the past 1 year has been tough because they have not been working on their budget. In your view, do you think anything positive or anything tangible might come from their own budget from what they claim?
You know, if you went to visit someone,
yes,
if someone invited you for a meal,
yes,
that see me come for nyama choma
yes,
at my home, and you go visit the person,
yes,
you expect to see a grill,
yes,
you see a mbuzi, you see charcoal or firewood,
yes,
you see a knife,
of course.
Then you can be rest assured that there are signs of nyama choma, so you're going to eat that nyama choma.
Yes.
But if you go to their home and you see a snake, you see a snake,
yes,
and you see a knife, obviously you are going to have nyama choma, but not the nyama choma that you invited.
But not mbuzi choma.
Not the mbuzi choma that you are going for. Okay. So also with Kenya Kwanza.
Yes.
When we say that it's going to be so much pain, it's because we are seeing what ingredients they're putting on the table to cook this meal. The ingredients are painful. The ingredients are poisonous.
Yes.
That's what we are saying. That it is your ingredients, even if you give you time. Your ingredients are poisonous. Remove that snake and put a goat, and we'll enjoy this meal.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they start by saying we want to collect 1 trillion more in 1 year than we collected in the previous year.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Number two, you are coming up with policies that are hindering the manufacturing sector. You don't want to support the manufacturing sector. You believe in importing more items. So that, because when you go to import, you increase the demand for the dollar because you import in dollars.
Yeah.
Now we are importing sugar, we are importing maize, we are importing fertilizer, we are almost importing salt. Wheat is being imported. We are importing almost everything. Now when you go on an import spree, it means you need more dollars. You keep weakening your shilling. Okay?
Yeah.
So this fascination with imports, or even what we can produce locally, we are importing oil for crying out loud. Cooking oil.
In this case.
When you have manufacturing industries here that can process crude oil, cooking oil, and turn it into edible oil and produce as a byproduct soap, we are now killing those businesses. People are losing those jobs because you want to give work to an Indonesian or Malaysian farmer who has produced the refined edible oil in their country. Do it here. When you say we are going to import all these tons of sugar, when you have sugar factories in Western Kenya closing down, so you are weakening your shilling. That's what you are saying. It's going to be more pain because you are going to become an import-dependent economy. You are a net importer of goods and services when you should be aiming to be a net exporter. That is when you become competitive. That is why when we say we don't see anything coming out of this. You look at debt. They are borrowing more and more every day.
Yes.
Debt is choking this country. This year, we are already now estimating, out of every 100 Kenya shillings collected by KRA, 80 shillings will go to debt service. 80 shillings, you're left with 20 shillings only.
To run the economy.
To run the economy. That means you need 30 shillings to pay salaries.
Yes.
You need 35 shillings to pay counties. You need the 30 shillings for operations. So automatically, even before you start breathing for that month, you're back to the market to borrow some more. So you are caught up in a cycle of debt. You're in a debt trap. So those are the things we are saying. These things cycling be catching up. That's why we're saying it's going to be more pain.
Yeah.
We are not prophets of doom. We are just reading the signs of times. The wall, it's written on the wall.
Yeah.
The signs are right there before your eyes.
Yeah.
We just, if people don't want to see it, but it's right there, mene tekel. Right?
Yeah.
The economic policies these people are pursuing is leading us to an abyss. They need to pull back and reconsider what economic model they want to drive this country.
Yeah.
Because the one they're using cannot work, can only cause more pain. There will be few individuals who will benefit.
Yeah.
The brokers, the ones who are going to import the edible oil, the ones who are going to import the sugar, they will make money. But to what end? At the expense of majority of Kenyans. That is why we are saying it is going to be far much more pain to Kenyans today than it has been the last 15 years. And when President Ruto shared a platform with my leader, Jimmy, last week at the church in Kiambu, and he told him to his face, these people are hungry. People are not telling you the truth, but our people are hungry. These people are hungry. And you need to pay attention to their anger. Address their anger. He told him, the debt situation in this country is unattainable. You need to look into the debt. So we've told him, it's not things that we are saying in private. We've told them even to the president, to his face, so that he knows what we are dealing with. But if they choose to implement Rasputin's economic theories of pata poter, you'll see what will happen to this country. Already you are seeing their so-called success major projects. They are the ones who are pulling back on them. They have failed spectacularly in our eyes. And more of the same. They will keep failing. I assure you, none of those projects that Rasputin is coming up with will succeed. He is experimenting. Those are economic theories that have not been tested anywhere. He is experimenting for the first time with the people of Kenya. Not even paying attention to the dynamics of this country.
Wakili, talking about the dynamics of how things are being done so far by the Kenya Kwanza government, a lot of blame games have been played and a lot of observations have been made on the cabinet secretaries of Kenya Kwanza. In your view, how can you rate the Kenya Kwanza cabinet secretaries so far?
In a rating of, I'll give all of them a D-. Why? I'll give all of them a D-.
Yes.
Because what have they done? You ask a simple question to any Kenyan. Is your life any better this year than it was last year? Has your life improved for the better, or does it regress to the worse since last year?
Actually, for me, it's worse.
It's worse.
Yes.
And I believe for over 90% of Kenyans, our quality of life has not improved, it has only regressed. So if the cabinet, as a collective unit, is the one responsible to make decisions that come up with economic policies to govern this ship, has not improved our lives in the last 1 year. If you sit an exam in school and you fail to do, you get the pass mark. What do you get? It's a D. And I give them a D for appearance. That D- is for appearance.
It's because they are there.
Because they are there. At least they are holding fort. Otherwise, I will give them an E. But at least they are there. They are holding fort. I mean, how can a cabinet prioritize launching Wi-Fi? I mean, let's be serious here. That you hear a minister has gone to launch Wi-Fi.
He has boarded a chopper.
Has boarded a chopper to go and launch Wi-Fi. How much is that router even costing? The cost of that router alone That router alone,
Yes.
what's the cost of that router for the Wi-Fi? That makes you take a chopper from Nairobi to Namisi to launch a router.
Wi-Fi.
And you put it with so much fanfare
Yeah.
that we're going to launch Wi-Fi. It's not serious. I mean, let's be serious here. You go to developed countries, you find kids, you saw the age of Mimi,
Yeah.
are now touching gadgets. Yeah, they are developing softwares.
True.
Because that is the next world.
Yeah.
People are now moved away from internet access. People are talking about AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
In this cabinet, who do you think even understands what artificial intelligence is and its impact, or even its potential impact on the medical sector, or even in our legal field?
Yeah.
Do you think they know? How can you deploy AI in medical science, biotechnology in medicine? Do you think these people know what that is? So I can't give them any higher mark. They are playing kalongolongo. These are the chababa games we were playing when we were children. Is what we are being led on here. Yeah. They should learn that we've moved away from being children, from playing kalongolongo, chababa. We are now playing adult games. We are now parents. It's no longer a game. You are now a parent with a house.
Yeah.
Whatever decisions you are making has an impact about the children or the children you are raising and your neighbors.
Yeah.
Cannot just be a game that you can walk across from the sitting room to the kitchen over the head of, you walk across. No. There are structures now that exist.
Yeah.
And a cabinet should be a cabinet that drives an economy, that improves the lot of its people. I have not seen that in this cabinet.
Yeah.
D plus.
And some
D is D for dog.
actually
It's a D minus. D for dog.
Minus.
D minus. D for dog.
Negative D.
Negative D.
Some Kenyans don't even know who specific cabinet secretaries are.
Can you name all of them, even yourself? No. Can you name all of them? You get to know this cabinet secretary by scandals.
Yeah.
The other day I heard about one. I didn't even know she was a cabinet secretary who had invaded somebody's house.
Yes. Was it in Karen?
In Karen, somewhere in Karen.
Yes.
I didn't even know she was a cabinet secretary. Another time you hear one
dismissing an
OCS at one government approach. I didn't even know who that lady was. Another time, you were told one has carried musicians to an athletic meet, and athletes don't have tickets. Athletes are wearing fake jerseys, and them they are flying first class, staying in big hotels where athletes don't even have.
And they get there before
the athletes. And that is what has taken them. Are you serious? Maybe Professor Kidiki, at least team is trying.
He's existing.
He's trying. We are seeing him trying to do something in his docket.
Yeah.
He's trying. But still, the mediocrity of his colleagues must pull him down because it's collective responsibility.
Yes.
Yeah. Another one said he was going to import maize from Zambia. 10,000 metric tons. The Zambian minister says there is no maize we are importing to Kenya. In fact, we also need maize in Zambia. Which other one exists?
The other one said Canada wants Kenyans immigrants. That Kenyan jobs come to Canada. Over 1 million.
Over 1 million. Yes. Canadians come out to say, no, we have no jobs for 1 million to Kenyans. Are you serious? Others have chosen silence is golden. There's one I was told that there's like a CS for what is called blue economy.
A CS for blue?
Mining and blue economy. I learned about him yesterday. Somebody actually posted the question.
Yes.
That you have a CS for mining and blue economy. What does it do? He does what is called silence is golden.
He has chosen
peace. He has chosen peace. In law we say, Ling Berne. Ling Berne.
Yes.
Silence is golden. Never to be seen, never to be heard. Just shut up. And you're serving people. That is the quality of cabinet you're talking about.
And the cabinet secretary for agriculture. In fact, someone said that the president talked about fertilizer
more than the CS for agriculture. In fact, if you between the two of them, you will expect the president is the cabinet secretary for agriculture, not this one. How do you give? How will you justify even my D minus?
Yes.
I'm struggling to justify that D minus. D minus for dog.
Yes.
D for dog. That is what this cabinet deserves. In my view. In my view.
Thank you so much, Wakili.
Thank you.
One last word to our viewers.
My viewers is that we just, as Kenyans, okay? Yeah. Let's take stock of these people. Just view them. Everybody should do a scorecard of this cabinet.
Yeah.
And come up with an assessment. If you believe these people, like me, I believe they have failed, then we should not even waste time engaging them. We should start thinking of the next political course. Yeah. Bringing in play a leadership that represents who we truly are. Yeah. And that is the only way we are going to change this country. I mean, we can give them time to go and play their Kalongo games and stop wasting the people's time with these Mickey Mouse games that they seem to excel in. Yeah. And we get a group of leaders who can actually transform this nation.
Yeah. Yes. And just winding up, depending, I mean, from how the trajectory is moving, from when the Kenya Kwanza government came in up to now, things are drastically getting worse. Maybe in the next 2, 3, 4 years, it might shut up or shut down as well. Suppose Safina Party get an opportunity to recover this. It will be a very huge task. Are you people who... We
are very well prepared. We are very ready. As we understand what is happening in this country, it's an economic revolution. Yeah. And we are the economic revolutionists. When you are revolutionary, you must be well equipped with the solution that will address the needs of the revolutionists. Yeah. And the revolutionists today are economic revolutionists. Yeah. And we have said before, as we understand what is called the supply side economics. Yeah. They are implementing the demand side economics. Yeah. When I package for you what we mean by supply side economics, and when rolled out in its full gear, everything here will change. Black people will be shocked that it was this easy. How comes those other guys were not able, was struggling to find their footing? Yeah. It's just because their economic model is wrong. Yeah. They are using the demand side as we are using the supply side. Yeah. Government cannot do everything. To them, they believe government can do everything. Yeah. It will not. As we believe the private sector can do everything. Yeah. So government facilitates, reduce less government, and allow people using their best potentials and abilities to spur the growth of the nation. Yes. That is what we'll do. Wow. A big difference.
Wow. Yes. Thank you so much, Wakili.
Thank you,
I'm very grateful. Today has been amazing.
Yes, thank you very much.
We were also live on
TikTok.
Yes.
Wow, that's good.
So thank you so much, guys. Keep following, keep enjoying, keep sharing with everyone, because this is the Reality Kenya, of course. My name is Simi Kenya. We have been live from the Landed Corner as usual. Until next time, may God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.